We will start in 1 minute. We will start in 1 minute. I'm seeing a lot of people joining the webinar right now, so we will wait 1 more minute and we will start. Thank you very much. Hi everyone, thank you so much for joining me today in this webinar on Top BI Emerging Trends in 2016. As you know, we always do our annual webinar of Top BI Trends at the end of the year, but we have seen some trends that evolve from what we spoke on the end of 2015. So I think this is going to be a great webinar, very interesting, you will enjoy, and please, if you have any questions, write them down to me. I will try to answer to everyone. And if not, we will answer after the webinar, and you will enjoy it, I'm sure. So a little bit about the company. So Panorama, we are actually thought leaders and visionary in this market. We have a lot of experience in innovation. We actually developed the Microsoft OLAP. We developed the first analytics in the clouds with Google. And today we are very, very, very innovative. We know what we're doing. We know what the market needs. We understand the market pains. So these trends are according to what we're seeing, what our customers are telling us, and especially our conversations with top analysts and the results from those conversations, of course. Now, as you guys know, I'm not telling you anything new. We live in exponential times, endless amount of data, multiple data sources, and the wealth of information could be incredible to make the right decision at the right time with the right people. Now, that happens because the data, right, is the farthest away from the most important person, the business user. And that happens because we don't have solutions that enable these guys to actually provide business insights to the business users instead of big fat reports. Now, as we said in 2015, there were several trends that we expected to happen and are happening in this 2016, sorry. And we said it's all about the insight, it's all about visual perception rules, the learning of suggested system gets real, the data product chain becomes democratized, cloud, finally, mobile, automated data integration, Internet of Things that accelerate into reality, Hadoop accelerators are the last chance for Hadoop, fading on the centralized on-premise data warehouse, and Generation Z and millennials, which is a point I have added. Now, the bold points is the ones that I'm going to focus because those are the points that have evolved in this 2016 into either something great or they have died, for saying it in this way, drastic way. And the last point is a new point that I decided to add because we've seen it, we are feeling it, and actually our customers are telling us that the Generation Z and millennials are already here. So we need to provide solutions for those people. So let me go through those 6 trends that have evolved in this 2016. So the first one is the suggestiveness. Now, what we're seeing now is that customers need a recommendation engine. They need the ability to actually get insights fast. People want to be highlighted. Where do they have to look at? Not just ask questions. Now, you can imagine something, a solution, for saying it in a way, that from the data until the business user, you're providing business insights, and that you provide it automatically. We have to enable the VI teams, the IT teams, to provide business insights to the users automatically and fast. Now, think about it that the system finds you an insight right after pressing the one-click insight here. It's a button, and then you find a clear insight in a table. Now, what you want the system to tell you is not just you had an exception, there is what to do next. So press the cause and effect button, and then the system will tell you the 4 most relevant tables that affected that decrease. That's suggestiveness, and that's what we're seeing, that our users, our customers are needing, and our customers are exploding this type of capabilities that we are providing them. And we believe that this is where the market is going. Suggestiveness, solutions have to be smart, solutions have to be able to provide insights, and solutions have to be able to provide relevant and relevancy to those insights. Now, the second thing is, we have been speaking about visualization since, I think, always, right? Now, the nice thing is that we're seeing that the infographics that we were speaking in the end of 2015 is actually getting very needed. Why is that? Because we're seeing that our customers are utilizing visualization as a driver. It's a driver because they want to eat a lot of data in very few seconds. Now, that you can do it through infographics. You are able, through dynamic infographics, to have visual access to huge amount of data in easily digestible visual. So for instance, if you're selling a camera, I will show you a dynamic camera that will be shown in red, maybe with other types of graphs that are moving, and explain you with a simple visualization how you're selling cameras or how your team is selling cameras. So dynamic infographics for BI are being critical. We're seeing 90% of our customers using our infographics tool, and we believe that the market in visualization has to go there, because the mix between business insights and the great visualization of it will be a game changer for analysis and actionable data, of course. Now you can see some examples of infographics if we're speaking about healthcare, very simple to understand, or if you're speaking about sales in retail, or if you're speaking still retail, so very simple. You can see this is a fun example because we're seeing people that are tracking their Fitbit into Necto. So they want to track every day, and they actually are analyzing how they did, and Necto is telling them insights on their behavior. Now, the third point that I want to touch, and I think it's critical, is about collaboration, because collaboration is evolving in I would say in 2 different paths. The first path is about the ability to find relevancy into issues. So of course you found an exception, and you want to know who is the most relevant people to actually have a conversation about this issue. So the systems need to actually find who is the most relevant people that affected this decrease. So actually the analysis will be in the actual context of it, with the right people. And the nice thing is that you're seeing that you found an insight, you're visualizing the insight through maybe infographics, let's say, and then you're actually finding also the relevant people. So you have to actually connect people, connect data, and connect insights. Now, not just that, you can actually see here something very interesting, which actually the system is telling you the most relevant people that you should speak about this dashboard. So it's pushing you to actually collaborate to the people that are according to usage, according to their interest, according to your similarity to them, is pushing you to speak to them to understand this issue. Now, the second path of collaboration is about crowdsourcing. Now, crowdsourcing is everywhere, right? We're seeing it in Facebook. We're socializing today in Facebook. Facebook is telling us with who we should be friends. Add this friend. Facebook is telling us where should we look at through our home feed. Who should we look at? Who to follow? Amazon is telling us what to shop. If we go to the Amazon store and we want to buy a book or a computer, Amazon will tell us, people like you bought this book, so maybe you should be buying also this book, or maybe you're interested in this book. Or it's telling you, look, because you're looking at this book, there are similar books to them. Kickstarter, our crowd, they're telling us where to invest, where to provide charity. That's an amazing place. Now, this crowdsourcing concept, we need to take it into BI. So think about it that we're in BI, right? And we need to provide the users with suggestiveness on what to do next. So we can put, if you have seen a dashboard, right? Like before that we found a root cause and effect of an insight, then the system has to tell the users who viewed this, also view this, like we do in Amazon. Or because you saw this dashboard, there are similar dashboards that you should be looking at. And that the system is pushing me to actually understand better my analysis, do a better analysis, and actually see things that I may have missed. Now, there are two trends that we spoke at the end of 2015, which was mobile and Hadoop. Now, we're seeing that there's no mobile BI only vendors left. They're being acquired or closing down because we have seen that mobile BI is not a standalone solution. It needs an on-premise solution. It needs a complete solution that actually can support the users. And we are seeing that Hadoop is dead. It's too hard, too expensive, too slow. Companies have spent a lot of money on Hadoop, and there is no value in it. It's not bringing real value, and we're going to see a lot of innovation in this segment, solutions that are going to drive this innovation. We're sure Hadoop is just unbearable. People cannot use it, and it's just too expensive. Last is the last point that we spoke that I said that I was going to add that we didn't have in our top BI trends at the end of 2016 that we did at the end of 2015, which is the millennials and Generation Z. Now, what we're seeing clearly is that most of the solutions are here. They're tackling the challenges of these users, but we have these new users that are self-service, that understand how to use solutions, that they were born with this type of solution. And we need to provide them solutions for them, that they are able to be self-service, that they are able to get insights without knowing statistics, because they're used to get automatic processes. And that's why the millennials and the Generation Z will drive the innovation in the market in the next years, because we need to provide them automation. We need to provide automatic insights, the right visualization, because that's what they're used to. Collaboration, they're used to crowdsourcing. That's their life today. Facebook, Snapchat, Instagram. We have to take all those concepts into the VI market. So I wanted to be very brief. I didn't want to spend much of your time for today. I know that you guys are very busy, especially because of this time of the week. I want to leave time for questions. I will take 3 to 4 questions. No personal questions I will answer privately. I hope you don't, there's not a rain of questions so I can answer all of them, but please ask. I'm joking, please ask anything that you can. I will try to answer 3 to 4 questions to everyone. Okay, that's an amazing question. Here they're asking me if I believe that automation it's able to substitute everything. So I think that automation is critical. I think that yes, we need automation in BI, provide automatic insights. I mean, not me, the company and our experts. But this automation needs to provide flexibility, meaning that the ability for you to decide if something is relevant or not relevant, or if you want to follow something or not follow. So think about Facebook. In the home feed, you're able to unfollow or follow people because you don't want to see them in their feed, in your feed. So it's the same. We need to provide flexibility inside the automation. We need to provide completely automatic processes, modeling, building dashboards, providing business insights, collaborating automatically. But still, we need to provide flexibility to the user to also decide if something is relevant or irrelevant. Here there is another great question. They're asking me why not Slack for the collaboration capability. So actually it's a great question because actually we believe that we should use Slack on top of our solution. The difference is that our collaboration is on top of live data. Slack is not on live data. It has many other functionalities that complement with us, and that actually we have many of our customers that utilize Slack on top of our solution. But rather than removing Slack, I think it's just or Slack or any type of this type of solution is a great complementary solution to our collaboration platform. Okay, this is a good question. 1 second, I want to check if there are other general questions like this one that may be interesting to everyone. So I think this will be the last question. So they're asking me here if we can substitute the statisticians, the actual experts. So I will explain you something. Statisticians are experts, but the issue is that the data is growing at a pace that statisticians are not growing. We have a shortage of experts, a shortage of analysts, and we need to provide to the business users the ability to actually take care of all that data that they have in their hands in reality, that they have access to, because they need to get the real value from the data. They need to actually drive actions on this data. And today we're seeing that this shortage of experts, as we call them, it's hurting the business users because they don't have enough people that feed them with insights. Now, that's why we need this type of solution of business insights, of visualization, of collaboration, solutions that fit self-service for our newcomers in the market, and also the existing comers, of course. Okay, I'm going to answer one last question here because I think it's a great question, and I think if I didn't explain it well, it's good that here Jesse asked me. So they're asking me if to repeat the example of the Amazon, because they didn't get crowdsourcing into BI. So let me get to it again. So think about it that you're going into the Amazon store and you want to buy a computer. Now, Amazon, if you go into the Amazon store, they will tell you, look, there are similar computers than this one. Maybe you should look at them because they may interest you. So think about, you are in BI this concept, you have a dashboard, okay, and the solution is telling you, look, you should maybe look at these other dashboards because they're similar. They have, we say they have the same data, or they're connected to this one, and they may be relevant to the insight that you're looking. So the system understands automatically where should you be looking at. Now, another thing is, look, people like you look at this. Okay, so because you look at this computer and other people like you look at these other computers, maybe you should be looking at these other computers as well because people like you. So think of that concept into business intelligence, and what business intelligence is doing is actually the same. We are telling you, we know your interests, we understand your usage, we understand who are your colleagues, and according to that, we will provide you the best insights and the best collaboration, and that's crowdsourcing. So, okay, one last question. Here they're asking me a follow-up question on this. They're asking me, so what happens the first day that I have entered into Necto, in our case, in our solution, and Necto doesn't know our usage. So that's a great question, but what Necto does know, Necto knows your interests, because you have put, like you put in Facebook your hobbies, you will put in Necto your interests. So if you sell cameras, then you will put cameras. If you're in wealth management, you will put wealth management. So Necto understands your interests because you mark it for him. Necto understands who are your colleagues, the people that you friended, the people that you want to share dashboards. These are people that you have put in Necto as your friends, and Active Directory. So yeah, it's true. Necto won't be as smart the first day, but we already have enough information to start providing you insights. And as you said correctly, the more you use Necto, the smarter the system gets, the better insights you get, the better collaboration you will get, and the better actionable insights you will get. I hope that made sense. I will continue answering to questions through the chat, the personal questions that I'm seeing coming in. Thank you so much for all your questions, and I hope you enjoyed. Please feel free to contact me if you have any doubts. Thank you so much.